This tutorial is another opening flower mechanism. I'm not entirely happy with it because this side of it never quite opens, but it's really interesting because you have these V-folds here that pull these petals open, and then these petals opening pull all these others open, but all the petals are actually freestanding apart from being attached to these two V-folds. And then what makes them close down again are these asymmetric V-folds on the outer edges. So as you close the page, these long asymmetric V-folds push the petals in, and so the whole thing closes up. I've got some examples. There's quite a bold one in this book, Creativity, the Flowering Tornado, a pop-up gallery. Here's the pop-up. It's got an automatic pull strip in the middle, which I don't really like. Here you can see the opening flower. Here you can see the problem I'm having with it. This side doesn't completely open, but it's quite nice examples of the two V-folds that pull it up and the V-folds that push it down. The other thing that is difficult with this one is that this petal, as it closes, will tend to want to clash with that V-fold. So you have to be quite careful on the measuring on that. So that's the first example. This is the second example, and this is Robert Sabuda. It's one of these little side panels, and I think that one works very nicely. And again, here you've got an automatic pull strip working from there that's pulling up this B in the middle. But things are clashing, so its wing isn't at all happy. But the flower itself is pretty good. I'll show you how to put it together. Here's my example. One more look. Start by sticking one of these petals in position. This petal will stick flush with the spine. These are the small pieces. They're 45 and 50, the angles on them, and sticking down at 45 degrees to the spine just here. Make the mark. While I'm at it, I'll make the mark there as well. And stick one in. We'll stick that side down and then put glue on the other side and close it so it finds where it wants to stick. So I'll stick the other little V-fold on this end, close it down, put glue on the tab, stick it to the guideline. Put it in its closed position, put glue on the other tab. Actually, that needs a smidge cut off it. These two take quite a lot of, they have to do quite a lot of work, so they need to be really nicely stuck. And now we stick these on. So I'm putting the tabs on the inside so they can stick thoroughly onto the triangles. And so it's this petal is the one doing the lifting for the whole circle. So including this petal here, so it has to go behind it in order to lift it up. And I'll just make sure that's closing all right. And we'll do one on the other side as well. As the whole thing is closing, one of them is going to have to work to push it back down again. Though in fact I suppose the page closing will make it close, so maybe we don't need to bother with that. Make sure that's all happening. Now these are lifting up this, so this is going to go behind. So this is going to go like this. And then one of these, this is the strip. These are the ones that are going to push the thing down when you shut the page. And so it's a long strip, 45 degrees and then 90 degrees. When it's open, this glues down flat across the spines. You can see this long piece, the point is 45 degrees, so it sticks down at 90 to the spine. And to get balance, this side, this is 90 degrees, so that will stick down at 45 to the spine. So you can stick them both down at the same time with the piece flat, and as it closes, it'll move into the position and shut the whole thing down. So put the glue on these. Up against the spine there. Hopefully that's good. Let's just close that down and see if it's working so far. Is that, yeah, this needs to go behind that one so that it, and now you see the problem is happening here. This petal is banging into that V-fold, so I need to cut something away. I can cut some of the petal away because there's enough overlap here. So I'll cut some of that away. And then I need to cut some of the V-fold away as well. So you can see what I've done. I've cut some of the V-fold away and some of the petal away, and so now, yes, we've got, it does close down, and yet it's still opening. So good. The next one. Behind that. Let's keep it as far away as possible so it doesn't clash with that V-fold like the other one did. And then we put the other one of these in. Just make it nicely creased. Put glue on both tabs at the same time. Put the whole piece in position and flat. Okay, let's see if that's working. So far, so good. Yeah, you can see this one. It's ever so slightly bashed up against the V-fold, so it has, that petal's got a very slight dent in it, but not enough to really worry about. And so now we just finish the circles so that they go on raising each other up. They have to go in a circle, so one end of these is lifting it up and the other end is pushing it down. Right, so you see there's nothing pulling this one up yet, so we need to do that with one of these other two. That's better. So this one isn't working quite. There we go. It is working now. And it still needs maybe a bit of help. This one, when I first made it, it definitely needed help. But now it seems to have got the idea, and it does open and close without me nudging anything. Still, this could open a bit more, I think, but I think that's a problem with this actual mechanism. So I'll just try this one more time. Seems to be okay. Possibly the petals are a bit too high, because when I close it here, they're tending to clash a bit, but altogether, yeah, there it is. I'm quite happy with that, actually, the opening flower type 3.